So record already.
Okay, good. Yeah, don't hold this. Okay, don't hold this. Okay, now listen carefully because we're going to start elevation. Okay, elevation. Now, remember you have this landscape graphic plan with you. Okay, and you also have this setting out. Now, what I do, remember I told you that my elevation, I'm going to change it because in my project brief, my elevation is 1:75 also. Now 1:75 is too small. Okay? Class 02, can you please keep quiet because I'm doing a presentation here, okay? Good. Now, I'm going to require 1:75 because I want a bigger elevation. Okay? Now, what? 1:50. Okay? That's bigger. Now, what happens is that, how are you going to transfer this one into an elevation? Now, what I suggest is that you go to the photocopying machine and then ask the auntie or whatever, whoever is there, to capture this and then enlarge this plan only, this plan into 100, how you call this? 1:50 scale. 1:50 scale. And then the auntie obviously will ask you, how am I supposed to do that? Correct? So it's easy because now we're in 1:75, correct? So in order for you to convert it into 1:50, 75 divided by 50 will give you 150%. Okay? You check in the calculator. I know my math, so I excel on that. Okay? So it's 150%. Okay? So 150%, it will give you this big plan. Okay? So don't tell me that it will not fit A3. It fits in A3. Just nice. Okay? So now this one is 1:50 already. Okay? Now, what happens is that in order for you to create an elevational section, is that look at your plan. Okay? And then choose where to cut. Remember I said cutting section. Now if I'm going to cut, let's say if I'm going to cut, okay, how do you open this one? Okay, let's say I wanted to cut in here, okay, in here, because it captures a planting. It captures my multi-layered deck. It captures a planting again with the tree. And then after that, this walkway here. And then this deck here. And then the trellis. So I will be able to show a lot of things. Understand? Then after that, in your setting out, you provide this one. Okay? So the number will be 18. Again, 18 is like that. And then after that, draw a triangle. So that will be the section line. Okay? This arrow indicates that I'm looking here. Okay? After that, on the tail, it will be like that. Do you understand? Okay? So, I'm going to cut a section here. Now, after that, you put your plan like this. Okay? And then, you're ready to go to transfer it here. Remember, I gave you this one, the very first title block, with the title block here, and then it's blank. Okay? So, print that one, because I will need... do you have the pencil? Okay, these are the things. Again, how do you find the center of the space? The cross thing. Okay, so if I'm going to, you call this, get that crossing, basically it's like this, and then that's the one. You have this center. Understand? How many drawings I asked you to do? Two cross section. So this one is the x-axis section, and then I want a y. Let's say my y will be from here. This one. So you choose wisely where to cut. Okay? So it's like this. Okay? So I have the tail, and then I have 18. After that, it's basically like this. Do you understand now? Okay, so you have two sections. Okay, now I'm going to draw this one first. Okay, so if I'm going to draw that one, I will make sure that it will be on top of my paper because I'm going to draw the elevation on this first part. Okay, so if I'm going to do it, you see, from the center, I'm going to create another line because this one here is for the title. Okay, so this one also is here. Okay, so the drawing should be here. Do you understand that? Okay, so this one will be my ground line, ground level. Okay, so if there is a title block here, let's say this is the title block area. Okay, so basically this is your drawing space. Okay, so I'm going to put this at the center of the space. So I will make sure that, okay, everything is on, how you call this, on the line, right? So I got this tape, and then after that I'm going to put it on top. Any problems with that? With the setting? No, right? After that, look, where is the mechanical pencil?
I give you a.
Huh?
I give you
So mechanical pencil.
So everything on this table is yours.
Where is my
Everything on this table is yours.
the what you call this? The other triangle.
You said that what? Oh, in the back. Oh.
Okay. Look. Okay. What you do is that you just project downwards. One. Okay. Look at the line, where it went. Okay. So that's the intersection. 2. After that, the other intersection. 3. Do you get it?
Yeah.
4. After that, you don't do this because the intersection is here. Correct? Not this one. Right? It's this one. So 5. After that, there is another one here. 6. 7. And then 8. Okay? Now, this one also. Sorry, this is the trellis is here, and then after that, that's the column, and then there's another column here, and then you have that. Okay? So it's basically putting all the lines going down. Okay? Next is that, remember on your setting out plan, where is it? The setting out plan, can you give me? You have levels, correct? You have the levels, right? So is this doing this way? Okay, now you have this thing here. This is 0, 0, the first line that you draw. Now, you see this cutting line, it's a plant, right? It's a plant. So, you may begin doing the plant using your, where is the scale? Okay. You are now dealing with 1:75, 1:50. Remember? Huh? So what is the height of your plant? You tell me. Okay? Let's just say my height of the plant is 1 meter. Okay? So your plant is basically like that. Okay? So if I'm going to draw the plant, okay, it's supposed to be like that only. Until here. And then the stems. Okay, right. And then you must draw the soil. Okay? The soil will be a bit lower. You're done. Okay? Next is that this one is a timber deck. Okay? Zul, tell me what are the levels of the timber deck? Where is the setting out plan? You have elevation 0.30, correct? And then after that, this one behind is 0.15, and then 0.30, and then this one is 45. Correct? That's it, right? So now, look at this. From this point to that point is 0.30. So going through this one, okay, 1:50, your 30 is this one. Meaning that your deck is supposed to be here. Okay, for this one. After that, there's a plant again. After that, this one is
Another level.
0.30 also, right?
Yeah.
Correct? This one is 0.30 again. That's the timber deck. Okay? Now, timber deck, once you cut it, there is a thickness. Do you understand what I mean? The thickness is just this thick. So, if you're going to do that, then you just put it like this. That's a timber deck. Okay? After that, what's the height of the plant? Let's say I just put 1.5. Okay? So I have the plants. Okay? Now look, there is this tree here. Okay? So the tree is at the center. Correct? Then after that, that is the diameter of the crown. Okay? So I will do maybe around 1:50, maybe around 6 meters from there. Okay? So I will draw the trees. So you saw the tree? Now next is that, you see this one? It's 45. So meaning that I can see that because it's higher than this deck. Okay? So that 45 is from here to here. Correct? And then after that I measure 45, which is in here. So that is my timber on the, we call this, behind. You understand? This timber behind is just an elevation. Okay? Whereas the timber in front is a section, meaning that you cut. Okay? So basically, a timber when it's cut, okay, you have the timber plank on top. And then after that, that one has a, what do you call this? Footer, support. Supposed to be like this. In order for you to understand this, that is the timber on top. Okay, then this one is the support. Can you see that? Correct? This support is basically like this. Can you see that? So that you can put the planks on top and then nail it. Do you understand that? Okay? So if you're going to, how do you call this? Look at this. I need to see if it's a section, the timber on top, okay, because it's a plank, it's supposed to be like that. Correct? Because the plank has gaps. Correct? It's not a solid piece, what? It's running this way, what? Then after that, it must have this support. You understand? Then once you cut, it must be with an X. Do you understand now how it works?
Yes.
Okay? Then after that, soil is inside. Correct what? You build on top. Okay? Then this one will be the same. This one will be the same because it's cut in here. Do you understand? Okay, now my question is, to you is, how about so this one is still the soil. Okay, now how about this one?
So Sunny, but if like this, right, the decking is going this way, why you draw this way?
It's just a representation.
It's a
That's correct.
representation.
Yes. So that you can understand if the decking is this way, because I cannot show the
Direction.
yes. Okay, now look. How about this one? This one is no longer a section. It becomes an elevation because it's behind the red line. Okay? So what happens is that you're just going to have this one on top because that's the timber plank. Okay? That's the timber plank. And then the sidings can also have timber. Do you understand now? Correct? Understand this? Now next is that, you see this? There's a timber bench here and it's shown. Correct? So the timber bench is how high? You went down to 0, 0. Okay? The timber bench is the same height as this deck here. 450. Understand? So it becomes like that. Now, look, you have 3 palms that you can see behind this red line. So basically, go and project it downwards. Then the height of the palm, let's say, where's my fan scale? 1:50. let's just say the height of the palms ranges from 2.5 to 3.5, and then after that to 3. Okay, so you have this kind of how you call this, the height of the palms. And then after that, using this one here, you see it's the same. Okay, so try to do this one first. So you have that palm there. Okay, after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, before, okay, you do the palm.
Why does it come to like flowers?
Okay, after that,
Yeah.
so that's behind your bench. Okay, look, you have shrubs below the palms. So draw the shrubs. Okay? Understand now?
Yep.
Now next, the last one, trellis. Okay? So you know that the trellis is from here and then and here. Listen up. The one in front must be shown, not the one behind. Okay? I'm going to do this one. It's like this. Okay? Now let's say the trellis is 3 meters from which elevation? 0.15. You see? Your floor must be 15. Okay? That's your floor. Oh, yeah? And then the trellis, let's say you have 2.5 trellis here. Okay? Look. That will be your trellis. And then you see this dotted line here. He has a dotted line there. And then dotted line here. So his trellis is supposed to be like this. Can you give me that one? Okay? Understand? Now, next is that you have another planting here which goes until there. Okay? So again, draw your plants. And then you have your tree. You just, how you call this, project ma? Right? And then after that, you have this one. Okay? Is this a timber deck?
Yep.
Okay, so again, you follow that one. Okay? After that, you have your soil. That is the proper way to draw an elevation. Okay? Next. Next. Where's the scale? Next is put human beings. Okay? Let's say, for example, my height is 1.65. Okay? I may be short, but it's long. Okay? 1.65. My patience is very long. Okay. Okay? Then after that, you draw people. Understand? 1.65. Clarence is 1 meter.
Then I'm starting my patience even longer.
Okay. Then draw. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't end there. Okay? Because what happens is that,
I thought you said no toilet
Your
sign.
birds,
No toilet sign.
is that toilet sign?
I don't know.
Toilet sign is this one.
Okay.
Okay? And then the way you do your, like, it's not connected. Why got the head not connected to the body? Mine is connected, ma? Connect. Okay? Next is that. Aside from that one, okay? You call this, when you see soil, you can just do like that.
What the roots are?
No, soil. Soil, like that. Just do like that. Because if I'm going to teach you the checkered thing, okay, which is this one, it may go haywire, like that. You understand? This one is better. Okay? So once you do this, now next, can I take this out now?
Sunny, what is like the plants are in the planter box?
Oh.
Do you
Then
see-
draw the planter box, huh?
So doing the wiggly lines with that.
Yes, you will still need the lines. Okay, next. Once you have this one ready, okay, you may now do dimensions on top. Okay? The dimensions on top will just be, look at your setting out again. Okay? You have two, how you call this? From the bench. This one. 1, 2, and then this one here. Descend. And then after that, because you have the space. Correct? Then, like this. Can you see that? Okay? So on top, this one will not be numbers. This one is the space. What is the space here? Huh? Then interactive space. Do this. Then this one, what space is this? Understand? Next is that this one here. Okay, you have to give the dimension of this one. So this one is the dimension, the height. Understand? After that, this one, you put the annotation now. Ground level 0.0. Understand? Then after that, this one is what? Let's say, for example, this one. Okay? Bench 0.45, like that. But you can put it there, 450. Then this one, what is this? Tell me. Okay? After that, you may want to put here on the left side. Look. Planting. After that, timber what? Decking. Why? Is that recorded?
Oh, people keep hitting the whiteboard.
Like that. So whatever you propose, you give annotations. Okay? So put it here and on the right side. Let's say this one here. Say timber trellis. After that, get the this one 18. After that, scale 1:50. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I haven't shown you because it's not recorded. It's not shown here. Okay. Once you cut, you know how to cut timber already, right? So once you cut a pavement, So pavement is the concrete, right? It's on top of the concrete. This is how you do the pavement. The concrete thickness is 100. Okay, what is 100? It's like that only. That's the thickness. Okay, after that, you have to put a line on top because this is the finish. Understand? After that, at the end of the paving, okay, at the end of the paving, measure also 100 going down, and then after that, get this one here. So, meaning that your paving is like that. Can you see? Until the end will be like that also. Why is there a, how you call this thing here? Why is it important?
Nice.
To secure the edges because the earth moves. If you don't have this, it will slide because the earth moves. Okay? After that, once you have that one, it's basically like this. Okay? Because it's concrete. Then the ones on top are tiles. Let's say your tiles is like this. Correct what?
So if granite is still same.
Yes. Like that, right? Pebble wash, then you point out. Okay, next is that. What is below this concrete?
Soil.
You will have, it's not soil. You have these aggregates. They put aggregates first before they put the concrete on top. Before the soil, basically, the soil is not the same level. It should be 50 mm below that, and then you put the soil like this.
So
Understand?
So we also need to draw this one.
Yes, if you have the paving. Remember, this is 100, and then this one is another 100. And then just put a thin line on top. Do you understand? Okay? So now I can see how it looks like, how the design looks like. So it's like that. Now, is it understandable?
Yeah.
You understand? Understand, Sure? Because after this, I'm not going. You just have to look at my how you call this video, because
Zero, right?
this one is for class 02.
If the elevation is zero, then
Yes.
put
Next is that let's say you put 0, 0 here.
Yeah.
Then this one, you can put levels here. Okay? Elevation. What is this? 0.3. 0.3. Then after that, here, elevation 0.45. Correct? Then this one, elevation 0.3. Okay? Then after that, you can put here existing tree. Okay? You can put here planting. So just keep on adding. Huh? Yes, this one is also elevation. 0.3. Okay? Then this one, it becomes like that. Okay? Then all the soil. Okay? Basically, do you understand, huh? What else? Then just showing, huh? Okay? But I know this one is concrete. Am I correct? Or timber deck. So it's basically like that. No need. No need. Now, if you have, the question is, if you have steps, basically you produce the profile first. You produce the profile first. After that, if this is made of timber, then you have, how you call this, timber on top. Am I correct or not? Right. Then just follow how I did it here. Okay? So if that's timber, what is here? Is it timber also? Correct? And then after that, this one can be concrete. Can?
So for smooth stairs, like my design has stairs like smooth like stone material. Do you need like any like dots or like lines on top of it? You know like the
To show that it's stone.
no you need the friction tiles on stairs with it prevents people from falling off stairs. It's like wet lines.
I don't understand the question.
He meant some of the stairs, they got lines on the finish of it. Prevent people from slipping.
Anti-slip tiles.
You need to draw it in. That's what I meant.
So it's basically concrete base. Am I correct? So draw. How thick? Oh, now you're not listening. Remember 100?
Oh, that one, okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Then after that, you put the tiles first. Double line. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right? Then if you want, then you put anti-slip tiles on top, and then this one becomes the normal tile.
That's what you meant.
Yeah. Cool.
Pebble wash, you just put like that, but it's still a line, huh? Okay?
Okay.
As long as the end of the day, you will see something like this. Okay? Ken? Okay, good.
Let's say it's my elevation. You guys can go lah.
No.
You don't cheap right? My elevation right, I touch even, but then I want granite right, so I put concrete and granite.
As long as the end of the day, it's zero elevation, meaning that your work goes down.
But then the soil is below the town. So if the soil has to be the same level as the town.
No. If this is zero elevation, this one becomes, the soil level is just 50 mm below the tiles. Okay? Because by the time they plant, they're going to trim the soil going down. Okay? Any more? Can do. Then all the